Smooth 98.1. Here we are. It's just gone past 6:30. This is Business Express on Smooth Breakfast. I'm Sope Martins, and joining me for the next 15 moments, I've got Rotus. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Shokwe. Welcome to another Monday. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers as well.
Yes. Make sure you join the conversation on YouTube, on WhatsApp as well, and via Twitter. So let me give you all the details. So on Twitter, we are at Smooth981FM. Make sure you tag us in your tweets and also tag Rotus. He is at Rotanquote. You can also send WhatsApp messages in to 0809 444 981. And on Twitter, just leave your comments up on the live stream. On YouTube, leave your comments on the live stream, youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. So, Rotus, it's like business news has just been on a roll lately. Lots and lots is happening. And also, I'm really loving how, Business Express is definitely getting the benefits of it all, because we've seen with the kind of environment we're in just how much business affects everything. And now it's in politics and in the people, the voters, when it comes to politics. So tell us all about that.
Yeah, the I think it's the African Polling Institute, API. They conducted a poll in collaboration with Business Day newspaper. And according to the poll, a healthy number of respondents. I think this poll was carried out between July the 18th and the 22nd, a few days after the Osun State's gubernatorial election. And what it found is that there is a healthy majority of Nigerians that are interested in voting in 2023, and that what is really pushing them to vote is the economy and insecurity. But I mean, Business Day did point out that historically, Nigeria has had low turnouts in election. I think it was 36% general election 2019. So the poll shouldn't lead people. I think it was like 92 or 93% of respondents to the poll said that they're going to go and vote and so on and so forth. But they tempered the outcome with the fact that, look, as much as people like to talk about, voting and interest, turnout has been low. But anyway, the economy and insecurity were the two top motivators or triggers, if you will, is pushing people to vote. And they're intertwined. If you think about how insecurity has impacted interest in foreign investment coming into the country, even for local tourism, with where the exchange rate is, people can't really travel much, so people are looking more domestically to travel around, but where can you really go? Then you look at the prices of goods and services in the country, the exchange rates, oil thefts. So based on where the poll is, it looks like people are interested. It remains to be seen as to exactly how many people will come out to vote. I know INEC increased, or rather extended collection, not registration for voting, but collection of PVCs. I think they've extended that. So we'll see how things turn out. But the economy and insecurity are, according to this poll, at the foremost on the minds of Nigerians heading into 2023.
Well, as somebody who's been taking the pulse of the nation for a while and having to deal with the news on a daily basis and has seen I don't know how many elections at this point from the studio, it feels a little different this time around. It feels a little different.
It does.
Maybe that poll maybe the voter turnout will shock us, especially considering the fact that we saw INEC having to extend their working hours, weekend working.
Exactly. So that's encouraging. I'm hoping for at least, if we can get 50% turnout, 55, I'll be really happy to see that. I mean, Ghana's last election, I know Ghana is really small. It's just the size of Lagos or so, but Ghana was hitting 79% turnout in their last election. We have elections in Kenya this month, I think on the 9th, or is it the 5th? Either this week or next week. Kenyans go to the polls to pick a new president. So it will be interesting to see what the turnout numbers are from there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot driving the interest of that. And like you said, it feels different. We just hope that what the feeling we're seeing now translates into more people coming out to vote their interest, because Shokwe, it is really, really, really critical that everybody goes out and picks somebody that they feel represents them. I just want everybody to go out and vote. If more people vote, then you will see a better representation or reflection of the will of Nigerians as far as leadership is concerned, because whoever we pick as a leader is going to determine economic policy, is going to, determine exchange rate movement. Is so much. I mean, I know the CBN is independent, but whoever you pick as president is just going to dictate so much. It's going to impact the life of so many people. Education, ASU, manufacturing, production. So much is going on right now. So it's crucial. It's crucial that people vote.
Yeah. Now, something that you mentioned when you were talking about, all the factors that are affecting people's, what people are thinking about, you talked about having to take vacations locally as opposed to internationally, right? Because of forex shortages. Something else that we're doing, that we're looking at domestically instead of internationally now, is products, right? When we go to the supermarkets, before we used to just be taking, this French named one, this German named one. Now we're looking at all the Nigerian named ones, right? So supermarkets have had to switch to local products because we've seen what's been going on with the Naira and how it's affected the price of things.
Yes, and so it's they for their own look to source these items from overseas. They're having to source their foreign exchange from the parallel market. It costs them a lot. I like cereals a lot. I'm always eating, so I'm always very conscious of the price of cereals in particular, and imported cereals, and the price just keeps going up and up and up, and so they've had to look local. But still, Shokwe, that doesn't change the fact that Nigerians still have a heavy. In fact, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the LCCI, recently, I think it put out a press release or something saying that import demand is still putting lots of pressure on the exchange rate. So we still like imported products as much as the supermarkets are turning to try and get to more local items. We still
Brothers, we're never gonna not like imported products. It's
exactly.
where we can get them.
That's the question.
Right. So yeah. Oh, speaking about getting things now. Oh, remember, send your WhatsApp messages into 0809 440 981. Leave your comments on the live stream on YouTube, where we are Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And you can also tweet at us at Smooth 981 FM. So we got this one in Benga Komu, who says, regarding our first topic, which was voter turn, the polls about voter turnout. He says, did they conduct the poll in the north as well? Because I would like to know what motivates voting up there. And he says that's apart from what we already know. Well, what do you know, Benga? And again, Ochiko. Oh, Rotus, you want to respond?
Well, I would assume that the poll, if you want to get a representative sample, you have to sample people from all 6 geopolitical zones to get a representative sample of the country.
All right. And again, Ochiko says, more people means that the election will be very difficult to manipulate. I just hope Nigerians are not going to the poll with the intention of selling their vote. From your mouth to God's ears, and because I hope so too. Yeah.
Good point. Great point.
Okay, so let's take a look at, as we talk about Forex, let's take a look about trapped millions, right? Because, Emirates. We have seen this airline, in the news a lot over the past couple of years. I don't know. Anyway, a lot. And back and forth with Nigeria. And now they've announced, Emirates Airlines has announced that it's going to be reducing its flights to Nigeria. And this is going to kick in from the 15th of August. And all of this is because it can't get its revenue that it earned from Nigeria back to, home office.
Yeah. So if you think about multinational companies that operate in different parts of the world, they earn their revenue in the local currency. They don't have to convert it to dollars in order to get it out of the country. FX risk is a big risk that a lot of countries, wherever you are in the world, wherever you're operating, the FX risk is that if that local currency depreciates against the dollar, the company that has been operating there, you are facing a loss when the currency gets weaker. So that's one challenge. So the second challenge is getting the money out. We've seen the situation with the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where foreign portfolio investors are not able to repatriate their funds out of Nigeria. So you get your dollars or pounds, you buy stocks in Nigeria, and then hopefully whether they go up or down, when it's time to get the money out, you convert it back to dollars and then take your money out of the stock market. But they have to do so either, to the point to where I think it's like an 80 something percent of investors on the Nigerian stock exchange are now domestic, and the foreign ones are using stocks like Airtel and Seplat that are dually listed. They'll buy stocks here and then sell on an exchange in another country just to get their money out. So Emirates for aviation, millions of dollars apparently have been trapped in Nigeria for quite a while. And so they're saying, look, flights down in order to try to reduce the losses that they are making. Nigeria is still it's a market where you've got business people, politicians traveling, so there's a lot of money to be made for these airlines. But what's the point if you can't get the money out of the country? So that's what they're facing right now.
Oh, geez, are we going to see this? Do you think, in your opinion, that we're going to see this happening with more airlines?
According to IATA, this is the International Aviation Transport Authority or so, back in early May, or was it May or June of last year, they said about $430 million is trapped in Nigeria. And it's not all Emirates. So to answer your question, yes, there are other airlines.
They've got like 85 million out of that 430 million.
Exactly. So other airlines are impacted, whether or not they cut flights like Emirates has done. In fact, Emirates just announced it. They put out a press release. For all we know, other airlines
others have just been doing it undercover.
Exactly. They may have just, who knows?
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, let me read some more of your messages. Got this one in. Gilbert Musa from Festac saying, on Nigerians still having a large appetite for imported products, manufacturers in Nigeria don't have the necessary structure to produce quality products like stable electricity, good road networks, friendly taxes, and adequate security, to mention a few. And Ghetto says, the ease of doing business. Policy flip-flops is a disincentive to investor sentiments. All right, and we've got a couple of minutes left, so let's quickly touch on Lekki Ports, because that's apparently set to boost the economy with $361 billion in revenue and 193,000 jobs.
Yeah, that's the estimate, Sope. So you think
that's the headline, Rotus.
Yeah,
I want to know the truth.
That's just, whenever it's an estimate, Tinkan Papa is blocked. It takes forever to get, goods out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Corruption, rent. Yeah, exactly. Rent seeking. So the idea is that this Lekki port, the Dangote refinery is out there, and that it would lead to decongestion of the ports, more jobs with people working there, more export potential for Nigeria with companies relocated. My only issue is the road network. I know they've been working on the road network. We don't want to turn that Lekki area into...
Because Rotus, that's literally what the people have been saying and been talking about. They're like, how is this going to be any different? Because if we don't have any viable transport networks apart from the road networks, isn't this just going to be another tin can?
Exactly. Well, they've been working on it, though. They've been working on trying to, open up that road network to try to make sure that it's not congested. So fingers crossed that they're able to do that. Because normally you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You work on the road network first to make sure it's all opened up, and then you work on the ports. I think they started on the port first, and now they're working on the road network. So we'll just hope that. I think it's supposed to be opened up in December of this year, and commissioned in March of next year, I believe, or May. That's the plan. So we'll see, but the projections are positive. We'll just see whether they match reality when it kicks off.
Potential versus reality. Isn't that a fun comparison? Okay, Rotus, that's all we've got time for, man. It's been a blast going through the stories with you. And of course, we'll do this again tomorrow. Till then, make sure you find Rotus. He's up on Twitter. He's up on social media, actually, at Rotankot. And you can catch him on TV as well. He's everywhere. Rotus, thank you. See you tomorrow right here on Business Express. Bye.